All right, setting the agenda as far as Marawa TV is concerned, it is Lockdown TV. It's Marawa Moments. And where are we off to this time? Let's go to France because he's what, 27 years old now. Bongani Zungu. He joins me all the way from France. Good day, sir. How are you?
Good day, Rob. How are you doing?
I don't know. We're in lockdown. I should be worried about you. I should be worried about what you're doing. But just give me a sense, though, Bongani, in terms of just this situation outside of football, the lockdown. How's that going?
No, actually, I think I should be more worried about you because things are getting better here in France. We've been in this lockdown for almost 5 weeks now, and things now are starting to be better. But yeah. Honestly, it's been a rough 5 weeks. No training, which is. But the government here, they made things easier for us because we can be able to go for a jog or go to groceries, but they ask us to have a permit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be better sometimes, like, because sometimes I would meet with a friend or a teammate, so jog or go to the pitch and play football. But we are normally allowed to be out of the house for like an hour. So yeah, everything has been cool. I've improved my cooking skills. And
So what's your best meal? I mean, what can you say if I had to come and visit you in France right now, and you've improved your cooking skills? Which meal would you offer me?
no, simple meal, pasta. Yeah, creamy chicken pasta.
Oh, creamy chicken pasta. Okay. Do you weigh it? Because I'm sure you have to have like a chicken breast with no fat, and you got to make sure that the cream is not too much on the calorie side of things. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got you. I got you.
Sure, but 5 weeks though, Bongs. Yeah, that is a long time for somebody who's as active football wise and also likes to just be out. I mean, French people are very loving of their cafes and tea rooms and restaurants and wines and champagnes and so on. I, Mentally, how does that affect you? Because that's also another part. We always worry about the physical side. Mentally, how's that affected you?
No, honestly, it's been tough because it, you know, this is like change of like the normal routines that I would do every day, and I would wake up in the morning, go to training, come back, and well, go see my friends, spend time with my friends and stuff. But now, when you are being restricted to, I understand, we all understand, but mentally, it's just been difficult, and the fact that I'm not home with my family also, because the most something that has been like very difficult for me. I think about my family and I call my mom every day, trying to let her understand the seriousness of the coronavirus, and because here in France, there's been about almost 30,000 deaths. You know what I mean? And they are worried about me. I'm worried about them, and it's just mentally, it's very difficult. But they are good. They safe. They stay in the house, and I try my best not to be too like not to be like outdoors too much. And yeah, but yeah, mentally, to be honest, it has been difficult. Yeah.
You were, if I'm not mistaken, you had to come back home because there was a bereavement. You lost someone very close to you.
Yeah. I lost my best friend. I lost my childhood friend. Someone that someone very close to my heart, and I had to be home, and we grew up together. Yeah, I lost like a very, very, very important person in my life.
But how have you been able to come out of that though? Because from the research that I did, it's exactly that. It's somebody who you would even call a brother, somebody who knows everything, would have been able to tell your life story one day if you retired or if you know, God had taken you first. He would be able to tell your story. How have you been able to come out of that?
No, I haven't, to be honest. I haven't like really, because sometimes this is somebody that like, like that would talk to me every day, and um, like somebody that if like I would have a game, like a very difficult game against a difficult opponent, and he would text me and remind me, that remind me of where I come from, because we used to play football together when we were young, and remind me of he would say to me, you are the best,
Yeah.
you are not the best, and remember that, because I remember playing a cup final in Portugal. I was stressed, we're playing against Benfica. I'm stressed, and it's normal, to be
Yeah.
stressed and having those. And he would, I played against PSG recently, and yeah, he called me. He was like, "Bro, you're playing against PSG. I'll be watching." I was playing against Marseille. The game was live in South Africa. I said, "Bro, we are with you." A very important person. So for me, to be honest, I haven't really accepted the fact that he's gone. It's very difficult for me because I look at our WhatsApp messages and everything that it's mentally it's difficult, but not only for me, because to my mom, because this is like my mom's son, this is my brother, to my big brother, my brother's kids. My brother's kids, they were like, where is Bafana? His name is Bafana, and my brother, is trying to explain to them. So that thing is, it has been like something that has really affected not only me, but my family, my friends, the neighbors of where we grew up. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, well, do accept our condolences, Baba, from all of us here on Marawa TV. I know what a difficult journey that must be for you, and maybe the time of solitude that you have right now gives you that opportunity to maybe think it through and try and get over it if you are able to. You never will. Obviously, whenever you lose somebody, you never do get over it. But just to kind of give you the strength, because, at the end of the day, he would have wanted you to play the best football in the best leagues and to become the best player. I said at the top that you're 27 now, and I still see lots of football in you. And I remember we were all scrambling around in the last transfer window because you had flown across to Spain and everyone was just so excited. We were watching Sky and seeing if you're going to meet the deadline. Is it going to happen? And obviously it didn't happen. And it was highly disappointing for you, and I think for all of us, physically being in a country and then finding out that it's not going to happen. Now there's coronavirus. We don't know when life will become normal again. How do you put all of that together, and where do you see yourself maybe before the end of this year?
Yeah, well, firstly, like the most difficult thing about all of this was the fact that I went there.
Yeah.
I did the medicals. The team agreed to. Well, it was a loan with an offer to purchase, to buy, and we agreed terms, personal terms. Me and my agent, we spoke to the club and we agreed our contract, personal contract, and the teams agreed with everything. So the most difficult thing for me that I had to overcome when this whole thing didn't work out was the fact that I was there. I was there. I did the medicals. I passed the medicals, and we're just waiting for one document. Like just a signature.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen, and only I was personally, I was mad. I was sending messages to the director that we spoke. We agreed, because he called me the night before I left. He said this. He asked me if are you sure? Do you want to go? I said, yeah, I want to do this. And he was like, okay. And then I left with my agent, and yeah, everything was good. But the team. It just happened that it didn't happen. The deal was not like finalized, and only to find that the president of the club, he just didn't want to lose me yet, and yeah, I had to come back and I had to be in training. I remember I think it was a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. We had a game on Saturday, and I think against Lyon. And I had to come back. That is very, very difficult mentally. Like, it's difficult, and also for the coach also, because what is he gonna say to me? But at the end of the day, it's part of life. It's part of being, a professional player. These things happen. I'm strong mentally, and I had to regroup. I had to understand that, okay, these things happen, and thanks to also my agent, he made me understand that, bro, this is because on our flight, when we were in the flight back to France, he was talking to me. The flight was like 1 hour. Yeah. Maybe we spoke for like 40 minutes, and he tried to make me understand because I was mad, But so I had to regroup, and I had to be strong. I had to work even more harder, and that's what I did. And when I came back, the games that I played after this whole thing, I was really, 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 on top of my game. I was fit. I was no injuries, no pain. I was just killing everyone. And
But isn't that the difficulty and the challenge, though, to say, how do you return back to the same teammates that maybe you had even said goodbye to the same coach that maybe you had said goodbye to, and then almost start again, Bongani? I think that for me is a hallmark of how, again, you've become a better player. Is that maybe the old Bongani would have been like a rebel, like, I man, and you leave it aside.
Yeah. When we talk of, like, Rob, the difficulties, the challenging aspect about this whole thing, like, it's those, like, the disappointment, and my mom, my family, they calling me, what's going on, and the people, the fans in the social media, the teammates saying all the best, good luck, and then I had to go back, but my teammates kind of they understood, like, okay, bro, of course, in the team I've got best friends, I've got friends that are very close to me, and they came to my house, they're like, bro, it's life. Focus on yourself. You never know. There's bigger things. You've got a lot to offer. You're a quality player. Yeah, it was difficult, but as I just said, like, I'm strong mentally, and this is something that I accepted it, and I was like, okay. And I spoke to the club. The club apologized to me. They said, okay. They came. The president came. The director, the managers, everyone, the coach. Everyone said, sorry, this thing didn't happen, but now it's time to regroup. We need you here. And I was like, okay, yeah. I had to be strong, and I continued the hard work.
Yeah, because I know that come the end of the season, there was supposed to be more further movements as far as your career is concerned. We are in a bit of a situation with coronavirus, so I don't know where that puts you. I don't know how long you still have in your contract with Amiens. Are you able maybe just to give us a little, paint a bit of a picture in terms of the road ahead?
Well, right now I have, after this season, I'll be left with 1 year contract, which means in January next year, 2021, I can sign with a team of my choice. But according to my understanding, I don't have enough information for now. But the club has to sell me now. But the club is in relegation threats, and my focus now is to save the club, and because the president made it clear for me that the reason why he didn't want me to go to Mallorca was to try to save the team because he needed me and stuff. So So right now my focus is that, but I have 1 year left in my contract, so we've got 10 games to go. On the 11th or 12th of May, we're going to know whether the leagues are going to be cancelled or we're going to continue. Well, whatever happens, if the leagues resume, like I have to be fit, and it's about me, it's about the team, it's about myself, it's about the team, because I have 1 year left, and whatever happens, like whether I will renew with Amiens or sign with another team, I have to be on top of my game. I have to show that and impress whoever is scouting, or whether the club will have to renew me. So yeah, I'm just hanging in between the lines.
But would you say though that the Mallorca option is that now shut? Would that not resurface again, or do you believe though that water under the bridge, you move on to the next challenge?
Well, the director of Mallorca, he spoke to me after this whole thing, and the president of Mallorca, they were not happy about this whole thing, and he was worried, but for me personally, I told him that I will be looking to be better than I was, and look to like maybe further, my career, like maybe go for bigger clubs and stuff, because I've got like ambitions, and the delay in Mallorca, it was not only about me. There was a lot of aspects, like a lot of so I was gonna go there for a loan, but I was gonna play for 6 months, but there was teams that were gonna try, and you understand. So
Yeah.
so for me it was just, yeah. But right now I'm aiming higher than in Mallorca. No disrespect to Mallorca. If they would come back and try to sign me, and that would be I would be very happy. But right now I'm looking for like being, maybe go for bigger teams, and as I just said, after this whole thing in January, my game like went from, like, I was very, very good, and right now we've got things that are happening, and yeah, but my aim, my focus now is Amiens.
I see you at a club like Atletico Madrid. I don't know where you see yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be a dream come true, honestly.
Yeah. And it's an amazing thing though, because when you say you're aiming higher, it motivates all of us who support you, who have watched you grow and develop and so on. Because you're in a different league. You can go to Stade de France, you can go to anywhere, and you can play football as a starting 11 player. That is where you are. We're not doubting what Bongani Zungu has to offer. I mean, is that one of your higher up that you would think of as clubs aligned like an Atletico Madrid or even higher?
To be honest, I'm in the, because one thing about me, Rob, like I invest so much in football. Like I invest so much of my time, and after training, most footballers, they do, I like, it's done. Like we train from 9 to 12, and then okay, you're done. You can do whatever you want. But I'm at a stage, like in my life, where I do a lot. I watch. I've got a video analyst that helps me like grow, and I've been working with him for the last 2 years now, and he, that has helped me like to become. That is why if I would face PSG today or the other day, I'm not scared. I know what I'm going to come come up against, and I know that okay, Verratti is gonna do this. I know that Marquinhos is like this, so that guy has helped me a lot, and then that thanks to my agent. So I understand a lot. So to answer your question, I can say that I'm in the level where I can say where I can compete. If I can get an opportunity to go to PSG, I can play, I can compete, I've got that level.
That's beautiful. I mean, the one thing though, I want to quickly move away from club football, but the last one, just to confirm, they have asked you guys to take a pay cut, I believe, that you're not going to be getting your full cap of your monthly salary or your weekly wages.
Yeah. The president told us that because we've got a group chat in our club, and he said like we going to get 87% of our salaries and stuff, but the remainder of our salaries, he said, if we save the club and stuff, we would get it as a bonus, at the end of the season. So everybody agreed, and to be honest, we are football players, and there are other people who work, and it's not much of a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like we are football players. I can't complain than a guy who works at Shoprite or for me it's okay, but it's not a big. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I saw Barcelona, they're doing the same thing, and some of us, like we in our team, like there are people, there are chefs, there are people who work at the office, and we try to cut our salaries just to help them, So yeah, what you just asked me is true. We've cut our wages, but it's just for a good cause,
No, beautiful. I mean, I love the fact that all of you guys were in agreement. I want to quickly touch on, because it's crazy how time flies when we're having these conversations. The last time I saw you was in Egypt. That was last year, June, July. You were one of the star players in that campaign in the Africa Cup of Nations. I'm not going to say for Bafana, I'm going to say in the entire AFCON itself. You were one of the top hitters in that campaign. And it's always weird and strange when you see back and forth, things are being said, the coach responds. I mean, current coach was the assistant coach to Stuart Baxter when you were there in Egypt. So he knows you inside out. And then there'll be call-ups, and then people don't see your name, and then they say, but is this a snub? Is this what? Is Bongani not playing well? What's going on? And I know you've dealt with it, but just to put on record for all the viewers out there is, what do you think is happening right now? Are they communicating with you? Do you think you are being snubbed? Do you think you have to change this or change that? What's the deal?
To be honest, Rob, I was, when the coach made the call up, I was on the flight to South Africa, and then I land. I'm with my brother, my two brothers. And my brother said to me, "You're not in the squad." I'm like, "Why? How come?" I was shocked. Shocked, not because I have to be in the squad,
Sure,
but because of my performances before, because of how I was performing, because of playing against the PSG, and my if you check it, my stats, how I was performing. Lyon, PSG, Marseille, I was on top of my game. I am on top of my game. And the reason for my disappointments and how I reacted maybe on the social media, it was because, I deserve to be there, I work hard for my team, and I love to play for Bafana Bafana. Of course, I'm going to be disappointed, Rob. And so I just couldn't understand why, And the coach, he has his reasons, which I till today, I don't understand. He says it's because of my injuries. It's because my team is fighting relegation, and you've got players in the national team that are playing for teams in the PSL that are fighting relegation. So I was just confused. I am confused. I don't know where I stand, and yeah, so I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. I haven't really.
So still, even now, you're still not too sure. I mean, they haven't addressed it properly because the reasons that you're giving me don't make much sense anyway. If you're following football, and we had a conversation with Pule Extian, and he was saying as well that he's played 19 games on the trot. His assists versus his goals are equally as great. And yeah, he would also love a shout in because he is playing, obviously, at the highest level in Azerbaijan. And if they haven't explained, obviously, to you, not that they must explain to everybody, like you say, you don't own a place in Bafana Bafana, but if you say that you're playing your best football against Marseille, your best football, stats-wise, we can look at them any day, they're available on the net against PSG, and you're delivering and you still don't get a call-up, then what do you need to do to earn a call-up?
When I was called in Egypt, I don't really call it like a sacrifice, and because I didn't play 90 minutes for my team. Maybe after my injury, I played 2 out of 12 games, 90 minutes out of 2. So I would come on as a sub, and reason being was because I was feeling pain, and I didn't tell Coach Stuart Baxter, because Stuart Baxter was very close to the players. He would fly to Europe. He visited me. He came to Amiens. We went for dinner and we spoke about football. He spoke to my boss. He spoke to my coach, and I didn't tell him because I wanted to play, honestly. So I can't say. Well, personally, maybe we can say sacrifice and stuff, but I just wanted to play for Bafana because I know my capabilities and what I can do, what I can offer for Bafana, and I know all the players in Bafana. I played with almost maybe 60% of the team when I was at Sundowns, but yeah, I was disappointed, to be honest, about it not being called up. And as I said, not because I'm Bongani Zungu, I need to be there. No, because of my, you have to be there, like, because you deserve to be there, And the reasons that the coach gave for not calling me, to be honest, they're just not true. The fact that I'm injured, I was never injured. The last 2-3 months, I was never injured. I was on top of my game. I was fit. And I need to say this. I saw a tweet from someone, I think he works at a radio station. He said, I refused to be, he said something about me being injured, and I didn't want the national team doctor to check my injury. It was the friendly against Mali. That's not true. That guy lied, and I don't know why he did that. I don't know, but we were playing against Marseille first round, and I got like an injury. Somebody kicked me. I had a cut. I had like almost 12 stitches. I called the national team. I called the doctor. I said, "Listen, I can barely walk." The team doctor. He said, "No, you need to come. We need to see you." I went to camp. I was in camp. The team was training. I couldn't train because the stitches. Even when I landed, the stitches were, they were not like good. Even the national team doctor, he stitched me. After that. So me and him went to the coach. I spoke to the coach. The coach saw me and I said to him, I can't play. The coach said, okay. I said, okay. It was my birthday. I said, okay, coach, I will go back to the team, but it's my birthday. Can I spend time with my family? The coach said, okay, but you need to talk to Amiens because they expect you tomorrow. This is what we do here. We release players. If we have to release you, we're going to release you like by tomorrow you need to be in France. And I said, okay. I spoke to Amiens. I said, okay, guys, it's my birthday. Can I spend time with my family? The club said, okay. I was home with my family, with my brother. I even posted the picture on Instagram. It was my birthday. I was there. And this guy, he went to Twitter. He said, I refused to. I even spoke to the national team doctor on WhatsApp. I showed him the tweets, but that's okay. I mean, we have people like that in life. But I was never like I'm disappointed. Honestly, I'm just disappointed about not being called, because for the first time, maybe in 6 months or 5 months, this is now like I really, really deserved to be in the national team, because I've been performing very well. I've been in good form, and I just didn't understand why the coach didn't call me. He said he spoke to the media about the reasons why he didn't call me, which to me, they didn't make sense, because, yeah. So, yeah, I was just disappointed about that. But life goes on. I'm no longer that young boy. I'm no longer naive. And, for me, I'm just going to focus on myself and my team, and trying to, to improve and get myself into like maybe top team. And yeah, so yeah.
Beautiful. She's boss. I want to thank you so much, man. I can tell it's a frustrating thing that you've just spoken about, and it's a personal thing, and it's one that hopefully in time it can get ironed out. I hope that, with the time that is afforded all of us, there can be better communication, because I always say that communication is the key to anything. It's key to you, it's key to the nation, and we avoid any gray areas if we communicate properly. And I think here, there's been a lack of that proper communication. You remain a great football player. You remain a great servant of the game for us all here in South Africa. You plying your trade in France. It could be anywhere in the foreseeable future. But I want to thank you so much, Mvanaman, and thanks for being on Marawa TV. Stay strong. Stay safe. Keep the protocols. Geza zandla.
I'm strong. Hey, beast, I'm no longer Ben 10.
Okay, beast.
Now it's beast. I'm no longer Ben 10. Yeah.
All right, from the former Ben 10 to the beast. I want to thank him so much indeed for being part of Marawa Moments, being part of Marawa TV, all the way up in France. He is still 5 weeks into the lockdown, and he continues as well. Thanks to all the views and the comments that keep coming through. Remember, subscribe, like, and we'll be friends.